Hey everyone, good evening. How are you on this glorious Wednesday? Welcome to the final episode in this series of In Conversation With. I have had an absolute ball interviewing all my lovely guests, and tonight I am ending on a high because my guest is somebody that I've known for quite a few years now, and she is a total boss at what she does. I'm going to be introducing you to Dawn Torrington very shortly. In fact, here she is right now. She has requested to join, so come on in. This series has been all about, really tapping into the true power of social media.
Oh.
Connects with another marketing field. Hello, Dawn.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, you?
I can't quite see the whole of your beautiful face.
I know, I don't know. I thought I was all set up, Rubes.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Technology. Let me see if I can adjust.
Oh, perfect. I need to see.
Okay. Is that okay?
All of this in full glory.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Please meet DT, as I call her, Dawn Torrington. Dawn Torrington, meet all the lovely people that are joining us live this evening.
I know. Lovely. Hi, everyone.
How do you feel about being my final guest on the series?
I feel very honoured. Saving the best for last. Not disrespect to the others that come before me, but,
Backtracking.
Backtrack. Yeah, backtrack.
I've had some absolutely amazing women on the show, and then I had Stephen. He was talking about. Did you watch? Stephen Solidemi was talking about websites. I've had some fantastic business owners this series, but yeah, you've got a special place in my heart, DT. You know that.
Oh.
Hey Rachel. So there's my sister saying, Dawn, you're a legend in our household.
Oh, bless. Thank you. That's so sweet.
For those of you who don't know Dawn Torrington, Dawn, aka the networking queen, launched her business DBFY, so doing biz for yourself, back in 2014 to help support small businesses. And what you'll hear from Dawn this evening is you're all about straight talking, but it's also wrapped in kindness.
Yeah,
because the two can coexist, definitely. She's often invited onto various panels, including the Oldham Business Awards as well. And even throughout 2020, DBFY has continued to support and welcome in new members, giving them networking and personal development opportunities as well. And I am, full disclosure, I have been and I am a member of Dawn's network.
Yeah.
We met around about the business is about 3.5 years old. So around about 2 years ago or so. Yeah,
definitely. It's gone quick though.
It has. And I've been working with you for quite a while. Now is the moment, which I'm really pleased with. I want to talk to you. I'm going to get straight in with the questions because we've only got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I joined your network after I scoured the area for networks. Yeah. And the instant I walked into the room with you, I met Kalima, who I think is already on the call as well. So Spice Drive. And seeing Kalima's lovely smile, welcoming me into that network, and then chatting with you, I just thought, this is home.
Oh, good.
Like me.
Yeah.
These are my people.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's about.
Isn't it just?
Yeah, yeah.
Why do so many people feel, put off by networking? I can listen, but you're at the forefront of it, so you tell us.
Yeah, I think there's various reasons, Rubbi, to be honest. I think lack of understanding what networking really is, lack of knowledge. Also, sometimes people, they've had bad experience with networking. And I think years ago, networking was kind of known as you go to a network and you were there to sell. And that was kind of the old school style networking. And a lot of people still think that's what it's about, and it's actually not. It's kind of evolved networking, and it is simply, I always keep saying to people, don't overcomplicate it. It's simply about building relationships and that is absolutely key. So when there's a lot of people who've come to my network, and now ours was the first network, they've never experienced it before, and I'm glad they have done, really, because I'm opening up to what networking should be. Because what I struggle with is when people go to other networkings and then they come to mine, and I'm like, no, mine's different. It's not about selling, it's about building relationships, and now you can help someone first, and that's what networking is about. So I think people's past experiences, obviously the lack of knowledge and understanding, really, is what it's about.
They've had their fingers burned elsewhere.
And absolutely.
Environments. I think we've both been at them, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
An event, and the first thing people do is like shove a business card.
Still happens. Well, obviously not now with COVID, but thank God. But it still happens, Rubbi, and that's the problem. You know, certain networks do still do that.
Immediately, you just want to go, oh, no.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it can really put you off and be intimidating as well.
No, absolutely, it is. I think that's what struck me about, and it could be about any. I know there are loads of wonderful networks that lots of my followers will be part of, and you'll be able to resonate with that. It is that sense of finding your people.
Yeah.
Because they lead with their heart.
Yeah.
They're genuine and they're down to earth and on it, hands up, amen kind of style. They want to support.
Yeah.
And it's not about, oh, well, if I recommend such a body to them, they spend with me. That's not what it's about. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want to ask you this question. So representation, we often talk about this subject in our DMs and all sorts. It's a big topic for the both of us. And we often have talks and kind of wanting to set the world, to right about what we've got for ourselves as women of colour, in our space and owning our voice.
Yeah.
How does having a network provide you with that platform?
I think for me, again, it goes back to just being authentic and being who I am. I've never changed who I am. I've always been the same. And my late dad taught me just be yourself and never let your colour be an excuse, to stop you from doing something. It's always been a reason to do something. And I've always had that kind of attitude. And I always believe that people buy into me as a person, don't see colour, just buy into me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, I get that, but I think as well, I want to be a positive role model for people of colour, and I'm always conscious of that. I want to kind of challenge the stereotypical image of certain people, the stereotypical image that people have of colour in general, not just business. So I'm always conscious of that and just doing right by people. I think if you do right by people, you can't go wrong. So through my life with education, through different job roles I've had, even right through to business, I've always been the same person that I can help and be kind. And I can't say I've had any major problems based on my colour, or it's kind of been a barrier, because I think people have connected with me as a person and just understand what I'm trying to achieve. So for me, it's just being a good person and just being who you are. That's it in simple terms to me, really, Rubbi. And don't get me wrong, we face many challenges, but I believe that you can always overcome them. I do believe that.
This is why I love you so much, DT. Keeping things simple, getting to the point. And it is about, you said, just lead from the heart. Be yourself.
Yeah.
We know faking it is just not going to cut the mustard. People see through it. And if you are running a network where you are trying to build and gather support and a community, and all lifting and raising others, all of that.
No matter who you are,
you can't do that any other way, can you?
No, absolutely not. No.
It's so, and you talk about representing and being a role model for women of colour in our local area in Oldham, and you are absolutely killing it at that.
Oh, thank you.
Who else? I'm talking facts, because look at you sit on the steering group for the Oldham Business Awards. That's a big. You run one of the biggest networks in the area.
Yeah.
And you've got one of the tightest knit communities that's been going for so long.
Yeah.
Those are accolades.
Oh, thank you.
What's
I think again, and I'm very humble. It's also about respect, though, and again, like it's just about that respect and doing the hard work and just actually genuinely caring about people. Again, my dad's always taught me that, and you'll go far. Just genuinely care about others. It's not really that hard, and it's not rocket science. And I think we kind of need a bit more of it in the world. I mean, talking about panels, my biggest one that I've just recently joined is the Oldham College Board. And again, I was kind of headhunted for that, and that's been really like quite kind of overwhelming because it's out of my comfort zone education. It's like, oh, I didn't go to school. I was all right at college. I didn't go to uni. You want me on the board? That's been a major, like, just an eye opener for me, and I feel so honoured that, you know, I'm working with people who are on the board who are up and down the country and the UK who are on this board, and it's like, wow, that's really impressive. And the fact that other people spoke about me as well, why they've approached me, so that just shows that I'm authentic and I'm honest and genuine,
And
you
that,
know.
and that carries, and that comes back to the kind of the joy of getting it right in a network, in a community, is that people will talk about you. They will be your
Yes,
ambassadors.
absolutely.
Not because they have to or they've got a quote.
No,
It's because it comes from here.
yeah,
They want to, because you've touched them and made them feel a certain way.
yeah,
They want to share that goodness.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
you know, you talked about being on the panel, and that to the college. It's about bridging that gap between education and employment,
Yeah,
enterprise, entrepreneurship.
yes,
Hello,
yeah.
what better role model for to have on that person than you?
Yeah, yeah. I
Exactly.
think it's about achieving dreams as well. And I think for the college, what they're trying to achieve, they're trying to achieve the link between education and business as well, and showing people that you don't have to necessarily go through the full education route. There's other opportunities as well, and you can still be successful even though you've not got a degree, and you can still be successful. And I think again, going back years ago, people have been put off by thinking you've got to go and study or you've got to be successful, you've got to have this behind you, and it's not. There's different options now, and I think there's more opportunities, Ruby, as well. Than when, I mean, I'm probably showing my age now, but when I was at school, there weren't that many opportunities for entrepreneurship. Just going back, I wish there was so many opportunities that there are now, but things happen for a reason, so I don't have no regrets. But for young people now, there are lots of opportunities, different routes for them to get to what they want to achieve.
100%. And I love the fact you and I, spend a lot of time working or connecting with children, young people in the area, and we know that many of them have side hustles. And I love that. I love that entrepreneurial aspect. I love the fact that they can approach somebody like you because you have that reputation to be able to guide them, give them advice. And be that role model that we didn't necessarily have in the entrepreneurial circles as we were growing up. Just because you don't go to university doesn't mean you can't be amazing and a total badass in life.
Absolutely, yeah.
I could talk to you about that subject for hours.
That's another subject.
I've got another question for you. Obviously, this series is all about kind of unlocking the real goodness of social when it connects with another marketing field.
Absolutely.
So you tell me, why do social media and networking make such awesome partners?
I think for the simple reason they're very similar, and a lot of people don't realise that. And I always call you, when I talk about you, I say you're the social media queen, because you're expert in what you do, you're up to date with everything. And I think where we kind of form that amazing relationship is that we understand the foundation for anything in business and life. It's about building relationships, and with social media it is about building relationships, so you can integrate. Again, before COVID, when you had the face-to-face network meeting, you could integrate the offline with the online, but now obviously we're all on social media, we're all online at the moment, but they still go hand in hand, and it's simply the same strategy, building a relationship on your social media. Now, what it can do with I always say integrating it with networking is it can speed up the process for relationship building. So what was happening again before COVID, like, for example, I hold one meeting a month. People just come to meet and they wait a whole month. And it's like, why not online building that relationship? Because it'll speed up the process. You're wasting time. Get moving, be consistent. So yeah, social media, even now, I think a lot of people are realising, again, not being able to meet face to face, that you can use social media to effectively build relationships. And it, again, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. I keep getting that across because I want to let people know, if you're a small business, just get building relationships, have the conversation, and the business will follow. It really will.
And it comes from, and again, that, and I'm going to come on and ask you some of the non-icky, awkward, you kind of do's when it comes to networking. But one that instantly strikes, and I hope you don't have this on your list already, is that, excuse me, it's going into a relationship with another business owner when you first meet them isn't about going in for the hardcore sell, saying, oh, I'm doing services, this is my price list.
Yeah.
Finding common ground, right?
Absolutely.
Commonalities or interests or whatever. It's literally just as you would form a friendship. It's
absolutely.
But obviously has an end purpose eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go into it. You're not going into the line and going, oh, hold on, why are you suddenly selling to me? You know that's going to happen, right?
Absolutely.
And Rachel's just said there, to quote DT, people by people.
Oh, thanks, Rach, for supporting. Rachel's been a supporter from day one. And it's true, people do buy people. It's that like, know and trust factor. And if you're not building relationships, people are not going to get to know you. You know, and like you said, the worst thing for me is when you connect with someone on social media, then they're in the inbox selling to you. Oh, how do you know I want that? You don't know. You've not got to know me or find out what my problem is. Find out what the problem is, then you've got the solution. Because you'll only know what the solution if you know what the problem is. But you're just selling to me. It's like, well, I don't want your stuff. You know.
Back off.
I don't want your stuff. It's true.
You're on the back foot, and then that potential relationship has already started to sever.
Absolutely.
So whoever's doing the connecting to begin with has got to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard to reach any sort of grounding of trust there. We are almost out of time, but I really want to ask you this. Can you share maybe 3 top, your non-icky do's of networking? What would you recommend?
3 tips. Okay. 3 tips is start the conversation with hello, because you'd be surprised that people don't even do that on social media. But no, on a serious note, I would just say, start by talking to people. Just have a simple conversation. And what I mean by that, don't start talking about yourself. What I've learned over the years, Rubbi, is basically ask someone. And you know what? They're still not used to it. When I do introductory calls, they'll say, so tell us about your network. I'm like, actually, let's rewind. Tell me about what you do. And then they're like really stunned because they're not used to it. Now, let's face it, people love talking about themselves. So given that platform to talk about themselves, ask what they do, what's your passion, and get that conversation going. So that's always a biggie for me. Another tip is be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone else, because it will always catch up with you. It will always catch up with you. And again, consistency is key. So again, with relationship building, you've got to carry on building the relationship. You can't expect to pop up 1 month and then 4 months time pop up again. It's consistency as well. And just don't sell to people, really. That's the biggie.
Amazing.
That's old school networking. It might have worked back then, but I'm not sure it works so much now.
I absolutely don't think, absolutely agree with you. And it's the investment that you are making in another human being, right?
Yeah.
And QED Oldham has said friendship.
I've just seen that. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh, that is exactly it, right?
Absolutely.
If we both think of the friends that we've made through your network.
Yeah.
And
but we would have never met, would we? Let's face it.
We wouldn't. And
through networking.
Exactly. And a lot of my followers, a lot of people who are here live with us this evening, I wouldn't know if I hadn't joined the network and followed those those brilliant, not rules, but guidelines really, as to
Yeah,
trying to make
yeah,
the most of that friendship. And
yeah.
oh, DT.
You could talk forever, us, couldn't we?
We do, people. We often chat. The 1 minute voice notes on Instagram,
I
not
know.
enough people.
Not enough. Not long enough.
You know what, Dawn, thank you so much for agreeing
Oh,
to do this. It's
thank you.
an absolute blast, and I'm so lucky that our paths crossed and we met.
I
And
know.
big love to you. Big love.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been good. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, so
Yeah.
much love. I like this. Right, I just
Oh,
want to say thank you so much to us, to everyone who's joined me live on this episode, on all the others in series 5. If you have enjoyed this one, or in fact any of the others, please do share them amongst your social media community. That would be much appreciated. But we're all out of time.
oh, thank you.
We are out of here. That is series 5 done. And DT, we need to
Thank
meet
you.
up for a coffee.
Definitely. Thank you again for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank
Take
you.
care, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.